who comes up with the songs, and you told me that Julian always starts it, and then everybody serves.
Well, no, he
writes and arranges and stuff, and we go into the studio.
Helps with dance.
He dances and
I tap dance.
The lyrics, for example, 100%, you write them all.
Yeah.
And the tunes.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then what? You write them, and what does the rest of the band do before you actually record it or play it live?
I don't know. We play it all together, and then when we all agree what we like, then that becomes a song.
So that's sort of a democracy. Has it ever happened that you came up with something that they didn't like?
Yeah, sure.
And then what do you do?
We don't play it.
You could rewrite it.
Well, we work on it. Basically, we just keep doing stuff, and then when we all like it, then we go from there. If there's something that someone doesn't like, then that hasn't really happened in a while. But then we, I don't know. It depends on the situation. There's been about 1 million different situations with different parts, so it's hard to generalize.
What's an ideal situation for you after you come up with something? Ideally, what would happen?
Ideally?
Yeah, they wouldn't say a word and
go into the studio and the song is magically there.
I think great, guys. Go home.
Yeah, he brainwashes us to think that everything that he does is magical.
Você fazia ideia que um dia os Strokes iam fazer sucesso no Brasil?
Pra dizer a verdade, não, mas eu tô muito feliz que aconteceu.
Explica pro pessoal do Brasil qual é a tua relação com o Brasil. Onde você nasceu, quando que você foi embora?
A minha mãe é brasileira e eu nasci no Rio. E I think quando eu tinha 4 anos, alguma coisa assim, I moved to New York. Eu fui para Nova York com meu pai e a minha mãe também. You don't understand a word I'm saying.
But you still have family in Brazil?
Claro. Loved family.
Cousins?
Cousins. Eu tenho a girl cousin chamada Fernanda, e o Gabriel e a minha tia Diná.
E eles moram todos no Rio?
E a minha avó também, Ângela.
Moram todos no Rio?
Todos no Rio.
E por que você ainda fala português? Com quem que você fala português?
Com ninguém, por isso que I'm so bad at it. What a funny question to ask. I guess it's
likes to fuck.
I like girls just as much as the next man, but I don't know, there's like, I guess things come with a certain territory, you know what I mean? And like, if someone sees you on stage playing rock and roll, I guess they're more in tune with like being open with you because you were just open with them. So I guess those offers come.
Do you think you ever get tired of it?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I was actually talking to a friend of mine in his car, and he said he's like sort of done this for a while. He's like, dude, at the point you're gonna have to settle down and get married. It's like, but you don't worry about that right now. And I was like, okay, because I can't picture that.
Is rock and roll life less crazy or more crazy than you thought it would be before you joined the band?
Less crazy, definitely.
And is that good or bad?
Good. It's comfortable. It's, not normal, but not, it's not out of hand, I don't think it's really, I imagine what people think our lives are like is a much more exaggerated version of what it is. It's not like that. I doubt that even those stories of what went on then in the 80s are true, really.
Well,
it's like, it's blown out of proportion, Like, we lead pretty normal lives.
And we also had good, like, parents who taught us well, and so, like, we always have values that we stick to, and we never let each other get out of hand, because whenever we start thinking that we have the power as friends to sort of sit together and work out our differences and stuff.
Think about dealing with fame, and he was saying that things are actually much less crazy than he thought they would be.
Yeah.
And Fabrice was saying that you guys...
Well, we keep each other in check, yeah.
Yeah.
We try to, yes, we try to keep each other normal, you know what I mean? But, it's less crazy, I think. I think there's also, we try to, calm it down a little bit, not get too wrapped up and do like this is the first interview we've done in like a long time, Just like we usually try not to bother with that kind of stuff because that's just like playing the fame game and that's not really what we're into.
I was reading this interview with John Holmstrom from Punk magazine from back in the 70s, and he was saying that there is a love-hate relationship between New York and you guys because maybe indie New York, sort of a middle class or blue collar kind of thing, and you guys are have a too wealthy background to actually be New York indie. Is that something that really bothers you or that you notice?
No, no, not really. I mean, I think that's sort of bullshit too, because when we started, we were like sort of considered indie, like no one knew us and we were playing small shows. Then we were cool, but as soon as you get popular, like it's always like the hipsters always want to like knock you down. So I don't give a shit.
People turn on you, just like Spider-Man says.
But did you actually notice? Did you guys get some kind of flack in New York for being too famous? Nicola?
Not really. I don't really pay attention.
Mhm.
It's if people want to think a certain way, I think it's fine with us,
Personally, I like to walk down the street with my fur coat and my glasses, big glasses, and my jewelry and stuff like that.
The Nick Kravitz kind of look.
Just kidding.
I was reading, I'm not sure where I was reading that you guys might be the kind of band that would be concerned about what kind of people are listening to your music. Like uncool people don't even get close. Does that make any sense?
I think everyone should listen to the music. If it's really good, everyone can like it. You know what I mean?
Music is for people, It's not, who am I to judge? Who should listen to something,
Actually, it's funny because in Brazil, like I had no idea that it would go so well in Brazil, and from what my family tells me, it's been going pretty well, and it's very nice to know that where I'm from is like sort of liking the music that we make. You know what I mean?
Julian, you were saying this is bullshit. I mean, you would like to be heard by as many people as possible, right?
I don't know. Probably uncool people more than cool people, That's totally not what it's about. I mean, if you listen to the music, it's, sort of the opposite of that,
What's it like when you're on the road and you're listening to something and it comes a Creed song and then a Nickelback song and then the Strokes?
I think pretty cool.
I think we raise the volume really quick on the radio and just start like giggling to ourselves. Not really.
A year ago, would you envision that you would be big on U.S. radio? A year ago?
I don't know. It was a dream, I couldn't really picture it. I had a lot of trouble picturing it. But now that it's happening, I don't know. I mean, we're just sort of starting, so I can't really tell. I can't really judge, I can't really judge where we stand yet because we're still sort of starting, We only have one single out in America.
It's true.
It's just hard to explain. We just, just did sort of like a video, trying to finish the video, and
It's not finished yet. Hard to explain.
sort of finished. I don't know. It's not out yet, but I mean, we have it, so one song. It's like last night. That's it. So I can't really gauge so well, how I feel like we fit in the mainstream.
I was living in San Francisco until last December, and I remember you guys playing with the Doves, and then the Bottom of the Hill, and then the Fillmore, and that was San Francisco only. Of course, you've been playing pretty much all over the world. So you guys been on tour for how long now?
3 months.
No.
We stopped the tour at the beginning of April. Took about 10 days off, and then came out to
How did that go?
the tour.
Yeah. Starting with the Doves.
Starting with the Doves. Wow, going backwards. It was great. That was the first time we ever toured America. First time we got to play outside of New York, really, and play in like good venues with a good band, with people there. It wasn't like empty. There was lots of people, so it was a good opportunity for us.
Is this a tour right now or a one-off event?
No, this is like a one-off event, I guess. Yeah.
And after this, what you're gonna do?
I'm gonna go back to New York and do some other shows. I think in May.
Basically, what you've described is touring. You're not gonna do a new, record new songs or anything like that. You have that planned for you?
I don't know.
Julian. You're the writer.
I'm the leprechaun.
I don't know. We're just gonna tour this album for like as long as we can, like 5 years. No, we have some new songs. As soon as we're done and we have enough new songs, hopefully by September we start recording something.
When I saw the gig, I think the gig at the Bottom of the Hill, you played the 11 songs in order. Did you still do that?
No, that was no, not really. No.
Was that an accident or did that on purpose?
No, that was a long time. That was before our album came out, I think.
It was actually before we recorded it.
Yeah, now we got new songs, so like the configuration has to change a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think it was just for that tour. We were really excited about the set list. It had gone well it had gone over well.
Actually, we used to play the same set list, and we liked it so much that we used the album order. We used the album order on the set list order on the record.
Yeah.
All right, it was the other way around. What's the deal with the guru, JP? Exactly what is his influence?
He was Albert's guitar teacher, and then became my guitar teacher too. So we still take lessons with him, and he knows a lot about music. So when we were making the record, sometimes he'd come in, and I don't know, he just gave us a lot of good advice. Taught us a lot about music.
Advice on what musical advice.
Mm-hmm.
It also helped the vibe out, and kind of. A lot of times when you're in the studio, you don't know whether that was a take or you should do it again. And it's really nice to have a guy you trust and says that's the one, and you're like, okay, you're right.
Even at shows though too, like
Yeah.
after a show would happen, he'd always be there, whether it's like the smallest gig or the bigger ones. He'd always be there to like sort of give positive criticism and help us out, even like drum lines
Even in
and
the
stuff.
beginning, even like
Yeah.
before, like when 10 people were there, he was there. You know?
Yeah.
Because what you just described, I mean, someone saying this is a take, this is not. I mean, the producer does that too, right? Could do it normally.
Sure.
I mean, not all bands have a guru. That's what I mean.
No, of
why,
course.
why is he so
But we
important?
don't have the guru thing. It's sort of a joke. You know what I mean? He's not really like a guru.
He doesn't
just-
float.
We don't want to sit and meditate with him.
We were just thinking it was sort of like a last minute thing when we were done with the record. Like what should we write on the
But would you go to the studio and record without him?
No, I mean I think we'd always invite him over, because we're still friends.
I think we tried doing that once, and it was like, oh man, you could really feel his
Is
absence.
this really good?
No, like, you could feel the fact that he was missing, and Julian called him up and was like, come on, man, we need you.
Actually, he just adds a good vibe to the studio, Just he adds anything that adds to a record that you don't even know how it's going to come out or you're all nervous about it is good. It's a good thing,
I saw you guys getting together back there when you arrived and hugging and hanging out with the fans. And I mean, being as big as you are right now, you seem really down to earth to me. How does that work for you? That's how you make a point in being down to earth, or you think at one certain point you're just gonna lose it and let rock and roll rule?
No, I just think I don't know. I think we always try to be as natural as we can be. I think yeah. I mean, we just try try to do the right thing. I don't know. I'm just people come to the show. I appreciate it, and that's sort of first reason why you start playing. I mean. Maybe not why you start, but when you're doing it, you're trying to make people feel good. So
Nikolai's already lost it though, to the rock and roll.
You already did, Nikolai. Rock and roll rules your life. How does that go?
Just kidding. Yeah, my life's pretty crazy. I have a Corvette, nice house.
He was good to fans, Elvis.
All right.
Elvis was good to everyone, man. I heard he like
Except himself.
except his wife and himself. But like I heard he had a maid. He like wanted grits at like 3:00 in the morning or something like that, and he sent his maid in his Rolls Royce. And when she came back and found him grits, he was so happy he gave her the car that she took to drive to get the grits.
that guy, man.
That guy.
I like your face. Have a car.
I heard.
100 Cadillacs.
Yeah, he like knocked on Nixon's door, like nobody was expecting him to come. He's like, "Hey, could I be like an agent or something?"
Yeah, that was a weird story. And
And Nixon was like, "Sure, I love you, man."
One-offs all the way till the summer, pretty much. Like little business trips. It was like 3 shows back home, 3 weeks.
Do you ride on the road, Julian?
Not really. No, it's really hard on the road.
How did the new songs come up?
Like 30 seconds that we're back in New York. Just stay in all day and work on music. And that's sort of the time frame when they got written. Yeah.
You write with them or you write alone and then?
Alone.
So it never happens on tour on the bus, right?
I mean, some stuff of the new song actually was written on the road, but it doesn't really take any kind of shape until we get back to New York.
You guys already have how many new songs you said?
3 new songs.
3 new songs.
And When It Started, which was replaced in the U.S. album by, it replaced New York City Cops. So in Brazil, I don't think they have When It Started yet,
The 3 new ones, you've already recorded that?
No, not yet, no. We're in the process of, like, the way that a song becomes final is by, like, playing it as many times as we possibly can live, so that we know what's wrong and what's right with the song, and we can see the reactions of the people and stuff, and so we can all put it together, you know. So we haven't recorded it yet. We're just still in the testing part.
And you test it live, play it live.
Pretty much.
All of you prefer touring to recording, or not?
No,
Two different doesn't matter.
It's like saying if you like steak or pizza.
You can like both.
You can like both just as much.
You're gonna do the European summer festivals this year?
No. I refuse.
Why is that? You did it last year, right?
We did a couple. I don't know, because we're not really going to tour. We're just going to do like little trips.
We're doing really.
Well, yeah.
You're doing Reading this year.
We're headlining it.
You headlined it last year, didn't you?
No, we just played it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Travis headlined it.
No, actually, we were supposed to play the small stage last year,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
and then moved us to the big stage, but not headlining.
I mean, Reading is the biggest one of all. Does it make a difference for you guys to play to a very small audience in a small club, or
We didn't-
just something huge like Reading?
We didn't really want to play any summer festivals. We sort of wanted to take some time to work on new stuff. So we just decided to do one. You know, I think that's the one where most people come from, like other places. So we thought we'd, please as many people as we could, but then not really like cut in, so we could, please more people later.
What's it like for you, the lead singer, to be playing in a huge place like Reading, or in a smaller place like, I don't know, bottom of the hill? Does it make a difference for you? Scares you in a way?
Yeah, well, it's different, it's like an intimate, it's like the difference between hanging out with some friends and like being at a huge party. I don't know, it's...
Nerve-wise.
Nerve-wise, it really depends, I'll probably be pretty nervous before
Actually,
Reading.
Yeah, I don't think that it, like, the nervousness that you feel going out into a stage like this really compares to the nervousness that you feel going out into a festival. I feel like my heart's gonna explode out of my chest when I'm gonna go out on a festival.
Very different.
But
Reading was probably like that last year.
Sorry, buddy. I think the truth is just because in a festival situation you've got to convince people that you're good. Here it's like more like your fans are here. You feel like you're gonna play to friends, like you said.
What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? I know you're too young for that, but you guys have already had so much so soon. So not even the Beatles were that big when they were like 21 or 22. So what do you think you'll be doing 10 years from now?
Probably time traveling.
No, serious.
No, playing music, of course.
In a band, doing your own solo experimental projects or what?
The Fab Moretti experience. No, I hope to be playing with these guys, and who knows?
Mm.
If all goes well, we should still be playing together. All might not go well, though.